I've actually felt that way, but Slacks was on my team.
Oh, well,
yeah,
it goes both ways. It's like a Dota pendulum, you know?
Well, enough about me.
Yes, yes. Let's move on here. So we've got Secret versus Virtus Pro. Again, Twitch chat, we're going to need your help for this one. MVP voting. Get it there in Twitch chat, hashtag and your favorite player name. This is our secret code here. Make sure you get it right. Those 666s, man, trips me up every time.
Team Secret, yeah, they have a new squad out right now.
Yeah, that's you're right. You guys are right on it.
Secret CIS.
I don't think Aloha Dance is on Secret.
Dude, even I know all the players from Team Secret, so it's
really
not even
yeah.
a big
So
deal.
here we go. Here's the correct one.
You got
well,
Mid One, MP, Kezus, Puppy, and the apps. Oh, there it is on the screen. So right as they finished, great.
Yeah, yeah. It's funny how that timing worked out there.
Yeah.
So. But there you go. So hashtag your favorite player name in Twitch chat. And remember, this is per game, not per series. So at the end of every match, we'll be looking at the polls and seeing what y'all in Twitch chat decided to do in terms of MVP. So Secret versus Virtus Pro. Could we take a look at the standings real quick and see where Secret is? How important are these games for Secret? We know that Virtus Pro still has a lot to go, so every win matters for them. Secret 8-4, so this is their final series. A 2-0 here, I think, absolutely guarantees them top 3.
Yeah.
If they go 1-1 or 0-2, they have a chance, but their fate will no longer be in their hands.
0-2 would be devastating here.
It would be devastating, but they still have a chance. So this is actually a really big series. And you know, for VP, we already talked about their rocky start. They've gone 1-1 in their 2 series so far. If they lose 2-0 to Secret, Virtus Pro are in a really bad spot to start off their run.
Yeah. I will have to say that I think Team Secret has to pick up 1 game here. Just 1. If they do 2, that's fantastic. But just 1. Are they capable of just 1 game here?
I want to say yes.
Yeah, I want to say yes.
I think so. I mean, Secret's been looking pretty good recently, right?
Yeah, they've been looking great, especially in DreamLeague. They've come a long way. A lot of changing of their own meta, finding new heroes that work, disregarding Wind Rangers, and yeah, things have improved greatly ever since.
It's always an exciting team to watch, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we focus in on some key players for Secret. Who's the key performer that you look for when watching Secret games, Brax?
I would say it's Mid One almost all the time, but now Yapsor is on the team, and he's been doing pretty well. Had some flashy plays in DreamLeague on his Rubik.
Yep.
But I still feel like the team is very centered around Mid One.
Yeah. Ember Spirit, Invoker, TA, very stylish heroes. Definitely a player kind of known for his ability to snowball. I feel like I've seen a lot of Secret games where Mid One gets out of control before 10 minutes, and that's pretty much the rest of the game.
Yeah.
Mid One just on top of the charts.
What if there was a tournament? You know how they are always doing MVP for players?
Yes.
What if they got all the casters and everybody to come for a tournament, and then the audience had to vote on who to keep until there were only 2 casters left for the finals?
So you want to do like a Survivor Twitch chat plays type thing with talent? Okay.
What if you just invite like 60 people, and then there's just a great culling every single day? That'd be pretty fun.
Sounds like caster PUBG in real life.
Yeah, that sounds like it'd be really emotional and sad.
Yep.
That'd be great.
Yep.
Nightmare League? Suicide?
Nightmare League.
Nightmare League?
Always the dark themes with you.
Think about it.
But I do want to talk about Yapsor a little bit. You know, he used to know from like the Escape. You know, he played on the old Synderen squad for a pretty long time, and it's cool to see him on a top tier squad like this. He's been a high performing position 4 for a pretty long time. I mean, those 3 heroes in particular, but I think of like his Earthshaker, his Earth Spirit, those very, I guess Earthshaker's not so mobile, but kind of mobile 4s where he can get active early on.
Yeah, he's been favoring the Earthshaker a lot in this tournament, actually, and it started off as rough as could possibly be, and then he's turned it around to be something that's worth banning. So, yeah, Yappy just makes it happen.
He has a really weird style with that hero, and weird in a good way, in the sense that it's unpredictable. You've seen a few games where Earthshaker's going to be camping mid, trying to help his mid if someone comes in, and he'll just sit in the trees for 3 minutes, think, all right, there's no way he's still here. He's got to be farming somewhere else, and lo and behold, the Earthshaker's just been waiting. You sprung the Yapsor trap card.
What do you think of
stuff.
Yappy? Like that boy?
Yeah, he looks pretty good, actually. He's looked good for a long time.
Yeah.
And I think now he's finally on a relatively good team where he can show his stuff.
Relatively good team.
Yeah.
Oh.
Perhaps the wrong choice of words.
A most certainly good team.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah.
Well, it's definitely a team with a lot of individual skill. I mean, and it's one of the first teams that has really mixed the EU and players from Southeast Asia and South Korea. It's kind of neat to see the clash of the regions,
It's very interesting. It's like, it reminds me of old OG, right? Where everyone can expect them to maybe take the tournament, but they wouldn't be surprised if they didn't. That's kind of secret right now. I mean, they have everything that they need to come first place. It would surprise not a lot of people if they took a first place at a major or something. Yet they haven't done it.
Where did they place in the last major?
Oh no, this is
not well.
This is a touchy subject.
That's a harsh.
If I'm not mistaken, they looked pretty good in the group stage, but they fell flat in the bracket.
They didn't lose a single game in the group stage, did they? And then SVG with the 24-1 payout. Yeah. So. Not sure. It's just strange. So I hope to see a little bit more consistency from that team.
Right. I mean, what do you make of things like that, Brax, where a team looks untouchable in the group stage and then fall completely flat in the bracket? Some of that, of course, is single elimination. If that was a double elim bracket, probably would have been a much different story.
Single elimination's tough, right? It favors, like, well, it gives the underdog kind of a better chance. You know, perhaps you overlook a team, don't prepare as much as you should have for that team, and then, you know, all it takes is one bad series and you're out. But they're probably quite disappointed with how they placed, you know, because they looked fantastic coming out in the beginning.
Right.
And then it's got to be pretty disappointing to go out like that. But they've still proven that they're a very good team. It's just maybe their most recent results haven't shown that. But, I mean, there's plenty more Dota coming up. We've got a bunch of tournaments. We've got DreamLeague going on right now.
Yeah, this is like the pre-TI gauntlet. Epicenter around the corner, Summit's coming up. There's that Zotac tournament in Taipei. There's another LAN in China at the same time as the Summit now.
Sure.
There's a ton of stuff coming.
Well, I do have to say that I really do respect Secret for getting knocked out in kind of that goofy way, but then still not changing the roster.
Right.
Because that's like your knee-jerk reaction is, how could we lose this? I can't believe this. Kick somebody.
Yeah.
But no, they held it strong because they know that they're good, like the rest of us.
No,
Prove it, boys.
I totally agree with you. It's always a heartbreaker when you see teams that you feel like they haven't even hit their final form yet, already starting to reshuffle, you know? And it's good. I agree with you. It's nice to see some more consistency in teams.
So since we're prisoners, how about we talk about some morality questions, huh? What do you think?
Okay. You have a good one for us?
Sure.
Great.
There's a train heading down the tracks. If you pull the lever, steer off the train, and it won't hit this minivan full of children. But you pulling the thing changes the train's direction, and it will kill another person. If you don't do anything, it just happens. You're not to blame. You didn't murder anyone. What do you do? Policeman and prisoner. I'm interested.
This is kind of like the end of that Batman movie with the Joker, right?
Not really. I mean, that was... But
if nobody pushes the button, they both blow up, but if one side pushes the button, then they live?
No, but it's the opposite of that. If you don't do any... Thank you, Sayori. What would you choose? To pull the lever and you kill a man, or would you just let nature...
To save a bus full of children?
Save or simply let what was going to happen happen? Would you be saving them or condemning a man? What does the prisoner say?
I think the right answer is to condemn the man. But in real life, I would probably sit there passively and let somebody else make the hard decision.
All right. That's a hard thing to admit, prisoner.
That's why you're the prisoner.
That's why I'm not the policeman.
Cop, what would you do?
I would pull a lever and kill the man.
Wow. Could you live with yourself?
Yeah.
What if that man was your father, dude?
See ya.
Hopefully your dad is not watching, Brax. Oh,
geez. See ya.
Peace.
Such conviction. Gracious.
How about you, Slacks? Would you pull the lever? You strike me as a lever kind of guy in this scenario.
I'm driving the train. My day's going to be good somehow.
I'm the crazed conductor. I'm driving this thing off the rails. All aboard.
I win either way.
The literal pain train. Well, thank you for that, Slacks.
No worries.
That was deep. That really got me thinking about how that could apply to Dota and the match ahead of us.
Now you know why you're in jail.
All right, that's good. You know, I've got another quick one for you.
Oh, sure.
The classic spelunking one where the group of spelunkers get trapped under the ground, but they have communication to the top, and they say it's going to take us 3 weeks to dig you out.
Yeah.
So if they don't eat anybody, they'll all starve to death, and they know if they kill one person and eat him, they can live long enough to survive.
Okay.
So they all agree to draw straws,
yeah.
And the dude that draws the short straw after he draws it says, I'm out, I don't want to do this anymore.
Right.
But they kill him anyway and eat him.
Yeah.
And they all survive.
Yeah.
Should they be charged with murder when they get back to the top of the surface?
This is a true story.
This is a true story.
And I do know the outcome. And I say no. Okay? They made a verbal agreement, a verbal contract. And he fulfilled the verbal contract, so he is viable to be eaten at any time. I mean, who's not going to? You'd eat him, Brax.
Eat him.
Of course. I'm a hungry dude, man.
I've seen Brax eat. He is a hungry dude.
I gotta eat.
He had 3 plates the first breakfast he sat down to. All right, well, thank you for engaging us in that, boys. We've got a war room. Let's see what's going on for Game 1 of Secret versus Virtus Pro.
So first off, I want to correct Slacks. You know, you said that Secret did not change rosters, but, you know, they did, of course. Yapsor stepped in and Pylai died.
How did you forget about Pi?
Pylai died.
You forgot about Pi.
Oh, yeah. He's on
right.
MP.
Me and the rest of the Dota 2
Brax,
community.
come on, man. Where are you?
I don't remember.
I got a. That was just
okay.
a. That was just a dank May. I love you, Pi.
That happens
Now
to the
they
best
know.
of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
My
right.
legs are actually dead, by the way. Standing here is actually problematic.
I haven't
from
kneeled
that
down.
limboing.
It's quite.
It's actually, my legs actually hurt. I'm
quite
not kidding at
comfortable
all.
to kneel. What is? Does kneeling help?
I don't know, maybe. My legs are actually so sore. That was intense. So we have 3 heroes grabbed up that we're probably going to see grabbed up in this game. Clockwork, Jakiro, Dark's here.
There's the
So,
clockwork.
Clockwork.
Okay.
Jakiro and Dark's who we're looking for. I mean, unlikely that they pick them up as a 2-pair, would they? Or could they?
I don't know if VP will touch this one. So they switch it up.
Shadow Fiend
Shadow Fiend
Dazzle.
Dazzle.
Oh!
I think Secret's still going to grab Jakiro.
I think the Secret's going to
my
pick
God.
Axe.
They got a clockwork with
actually
no
pick Axe.
Shadow Fiend.
Kezu's going to play Axe, isn't he?
That's a good point.
It's Kezu's going to play the big old red man. Let's get it.
Well, interesting to see Dazzle get some priority, though. We saw him banned out yesterday, and Fogged was pointing out that Dazzle's been moving up in the ranks in terms of popularity.
Oh, my bad.
Slacks, do you hate
I'm in the
Clockwork?
wrong
Oh,
place.
it's just
No,
a
I
cool
love
one anyway,
Clockwork.
we'll put it on.
Why do you hate Clockwork?
I don't. I love Clockwork.
You
I think
definitely
he's
hate him.
great. I
You were
don't
just
hate him.
talking shit about him.
I don't. I just like to see that the duo's broken up, you know? It's like watching 2 best friends get into a fight and never talk to each other again. Shadow Fiend and Clockwork, different teams. Pretty hype.
Nothing better than that. Tell you, that's what I look forward to. And a Queen of Pain.
They're going for the lane matchup
Yeah,
right away.
they've seen the SF. They're making sure that, I mean, yeah, the bans don't affect what they want to get in the mid lane.
I mean, that's still a very early Queen of Pain pick. They have really
9K
been...
Quap.
So, Quap versus
Oh, yeah, where's
Shadow
the Dazzle?
Fiend?
Don't
no,
grab it?
No, that's
My
my
bad.
bad.
I
That's
thought I
my
grabbed
bad.
it,
That's
yeah.
my bad.
That's okay. My legs are sore. I can't walk over there.
So, is this considered just a one matchup for Quap? Does she just kind of dominate here in this 1v1?
She does really well.
She does great.
But heroes like Dazzle can kind of tip the scales in favor for Shadow Fiend to get him some early souls, but we also have shrines are not usable until 5 minutes, and that probably really hurts Shadow Fiend
Yeah.
Right.
early on. So I feel like Quap still has quite the edge, and especially if they bring in someone to help the Quap, then Dazzle heal kind of is not going to be enough to sustain.
I'm a bit surprised to see them like respond with the Shadow Fiend Dazzle, because isn't like Clockwork is a very good hero versus Shadow Fiend versus majority stages of the game, and they had already shown that.
Yeah, definitely.
It does sort of feel like Secret had a plan here, though. They first banned the Disruptor. I mean, maybe a common ban against Virtus Pro, but a bit atypical to see at that stage. First pick Clockwork, and they snap picked the Queen of Pain pretty much. I mean, isn't Disruptor one of the better counters to Quap?
Yeah, definitely. It's also like a VP hero, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah, they
a
play
smart ban either way, but
Yeah.
put them in a nice spot here. I'll see the Troll Warlord banned out by VP.
That hero's extremely dominant right now in a Star Ladder. Every single game it's been played, pretty much it's been winning.
It feels like every game you see Troll, he just destroys the game.
Yeah.
Like, even if they shut him down early, he still just hits jungle creeps, comes back, and is a complete monster.
Yeah, like he's the big objective taker now that like TB's gotten small nerfs, you could say. Like TB got the reduced movement speed on the meta, and also illusions take more damage, etc. Towers take less. So yeah, that's like he just is one of the better safe lane carries now at this point.
And there's the TB ban.
Yeah, still very strong hero, but has received a couple in there. So Jakiro, we're gonna get rid of that one.
Yeah.
That got banned out. Looking at Secret's recent draft, they've actually picked like pretty much the exact same draft in the last 2 games. They had Clockwork, Queen of Pain, Jakiro.
What else do they have? Enigma.
Enigma, they played one of the
and
games.
Enigma is still there.
No, it's been
Oh, sorry.
banned out.
Oh, okay, sorry. Yeah, second
And then they
man,
had a Nyx Assassin as well.
Yeah.
That they picked up for Kezu. Okay, actually, Neil here as well.
I just want to see the Kezu Axe. I really feel like you see a Dazzle.
Yeah.
Just get the old dunker out. And
Yeah.
I mean, Axe is, the new Axe. Even though I
The
don't
new
know.
Hags,
Is it any good?
The Battle Hunger.
Oh, yeah.
It's like
I played with it, it didn't feel that good because at the end of the day, when you're dunking someone, then usually the fight's breaking up anyway, and it feels like very rarely you dunk someone there's actually enemies nearby that get the battle hunger reduction as well. I don't know.
Seems like a luxury item.
It's very gimmicky, I feel. I don't know.
You have other priorities, right? You want your Blink, you want your Blade Mail.
And but the
So.
30% damage reduction, I feel like it would be, I think you could buff that to make it more.
What's the AoE on it? It's pretty big though, right?
It's 700 AoE.
700,
Yeah, it's
right?
pretty large.
700. I don't know. I don't know.
The problem with it is it's kind of
Like a Bane.
unpredictable, right? Like, Dunk relies on the hero being in kill threshold, and you can't always get that at the same time when everyone's all grouped up. Or like Shadow or Silver Edge, for example, you know exactly where that damage reduction is going to come at the beginning of the fight, so it's kind of controlled to lock down a specific hero.
I think this
feels random to me.
This is probably like the lane secure.
I mean,
the
yeah,
Shadow Fiend.
are they more likely to put the Bane with the SF than the Dazzle, you feel?
I think more than likely, yeah.
Oh, okay.
There's so many strong laning supports now. Like we've seen a lot of Bane, even in pretty much everywhere actually. A lot of teams have been playing this hero.
Seeing some Shadow Shaman, of course, as well.
Yeah.
But and there's another good one.
Hey.
CM, Secret, one of their favorites. You know, Poppy's loved this for every single patch, it feels.
She has been seeing a little bit less favoring.
Yeah.
With like the jungle experience nerf early on, because you don't get your level 2.
Did she get any nerfs in 7 Series X?
No specific nerfs, but the jungle nerf. You know, you want to kill like the first camp and you get level 2 off it, but now you don't get level 2 off of anything. You get 20% less. You get 20% less. So it hurts a little bit, but still a strong hero. Especially with the Queen of Pain Clockwork, these two heroes get amplified a lot more in the laning phase, having that mana aura.
Especially Clockwork.
Yeah.
He has a lot of mana issues early on.
I do like that Bane pick as well from VP, because I think that Bane, it does also put you a bit off picking an axe, doesn't it, potentially? I mean, Bane can be very disruptive for an axe initiation. As long as he's not the one getting caught out, he's got a lot of ways to hold back the axe.
Going for the Centaur again. Yeah, I mean, the Bane is, I think, great for that, but I think it's more about securing the lane and then having a disable for the Queen of Pain. But it can actually work very well versus the Axe as well. You know, you just sleep the person that he calls, and then they get that interaction where they get
you can try and time it, save them from the dunk and such, and that damage and vulnerability.
Is Dazzle enough of a threat that you feel like Secret needs to pick Axe to counter it?
I mean, they probably don't. I just think it's so good against it. You know, we've seen teams pick Dazzle into Axe and just lose drastically, but there's probably better statistics.
They're throwing the Clockwork
and they're actually going to have Kezu Clock. Okay, so switching it up a little bit. I mean, we know Yapzor's brilliant on the clock, but we also know he's pretty brilliant on the Rubik as well. So
yeah,
great versus Bane.
Yeah,
good. I mean, every hero here has good spell steals.
And Yapzor is a very experienced Rubik player.
He is amazing on the. I think. Oh, I don't know. It's hard to say what Yapzor's best hero is, but for definitely, obviously, memorable performances recently. You have to think back to that DreamLeague game where he had on the Rubik and he just single-handedly destroyed. I can't remember who they were playing, but it was an absolute slaughter.
I think it was Vega. Yeah, it was Vega, right?
It was a decent
it was G
team.
rotating as the Lina. And he got the kills on, but yeah, I mean, I think Rubik is his best hero. Yeah, for sure.
There have been so many carries banned out in this game.
Yeah, there has.
Fairway, Troll, and then already
what are we gonna go for?
Both teams looking for safe lane carries.
Yep. And of course, both teams still have 2 bans left, so.
Slark still available.
Feels like
Secret needs a building hitter.
Yeah, they need some really big physical damage.
Something just like a Juggernaut could be fine for MP, couldn't it? Bit of sustain for the push.
I like that more than a Death Prophet or something. I like that. Good idea.
Well, we've talked a lot about Sven. I still haven't seen him touched, picked, or banned, but maybe a possibility here with limited choices. We'll see the Lycan now 5th banned by
great
VP.
ban. I really like that ban coming out from them.
Actually, maybe even, what about the MP Lifestealer? You know, pretty good at, chomping down the center in lane with that high strength, high HP, and you can go in on an SF and not worry too much about the Requiem hitting you in the face.
Bane and Dazzle are quite good versus him, though.
Yeah, too good at kiting him. Okay.
You do have like Clock and Queen of Pain, though.
Stuff, but
good in Fest Bomb.
You've got delivery.
It could be a possibility. Yeah.
Whenever you see Bane, though, it like makes a whole bunch of carries look bad.
Yeah, it does.
You know what I mean? So it's like, well, can't think too much about it because in a lot of these fights, Bane can just get blown up by Clockwork, Queen of Pain, or anything like that.
That's sort of why I was thinking maybe Slark could be an option because he can dispel some of the Bane stuff with the Dark Pact.
Yeah.
Legion, bro.
Legion.
Carry Legion.
Carry Legion.
Safe lane Legion.
That's it.
I'm trying to think.
Support
So
Legion. With press the attack off all the Bane skills. Go carry Rubik. Think about it.
I've thought about it and I've rejected it.
All right. A little too outside the box.
Hey, a Sven ban. All right.
Hey, all right.
All right.
There we go.
So if you're banning this, I don't know, that says Lifestealer to me, isn't it? You're banning this high armor that you can, instantly Warcry just causes issues for a Lifestealer trying to lock down on someone.
They've been grabbing a lot of Weaver in the past, but I don't know if that hero is as strong now, especially versus this, but they've ran like a lot of aggro tri-lanes with the Weaver and they put the 1v1.
Okay.
They go for the Morphling.
Of course.
So
how could we be so foolish?
What?
Of course it was Morphling.
Sure.
You fools.
Everything is picking Morphling lately.
So what's left that matches up pretty good against the Morphling? A lot of carries are gone now.
Ooh.
Necro.
I mean, Ramses could play Slark, couldn't he, this game? You got the Dazzle to save you out of awkward places. It's something that,
They could go for a different approach and pick like a Venge here.
Yeah.
Venge core with the Shadow Fiend to kind of push and sit behind this
What
carry
about the
like
Drow?
Dazzle.
Is this a Drow game? Could you just play Drow Ranger? The Gust is great. You've got 3 other ranged heroes to play with. Bane and Dazzle are going to love you in the laning stage. You've got a Centaur to frontline and get yourself out of bad pushes.
It's a
Didn't
good
they just
thought.
lose with it, though? They played it against Elements and they lost with it, right?
Well, but having a silence from Morphling could go a long way. It's a good thought.
I think it's possible.
Yeah, it's definitely possible. Just depends which way they want to take it with their draft.
Yeah, they've got the heavy frontliner. It looks similar to the draft they did the other day with the Drow Ranger.
I guess it works both ways. So the Morph and Clock and Quap can get in your face, and yeah.
I still think it's definitely a possibility. It's a good suggestion.
And
They go for the
Think
judge.
of something safe.
So a little extra healing sustain to go with the Dazzle.
Man's Diffusal carrier to go against the Morph.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Better versus Clockwork as well in lane.
Well, there we have it. So what are we thinking, boys? Slacks, how you liking these drafts?
It's pretty standard stuff coming up for VP. I like the creativity of Secret, so I will go with them. Let's go, Morphe.
Creativity, all right. We got one fan in the Morphling camp. Brax, where you at?
Otter, I'm pretty torn here. Like, it looks really close. But I think VP... I'm just going to go with VP. No reason why.
The gut feel?
Yeah.
No
Gut read?
reason. All right.
I'm going on the Brax camp. They've got the Dazzle. First Dazzle pick we've seen since I've been in Sweden. Dazzle's going to carry this, Slacks. Are you ready? You ready to believe in the power of the Dazzle, buddy? No. It's happening. Here we go. Game number 1, Secret versus Virtus Pro.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back here to the DreamLeague casting panel. I'm Ready Pixel. I'm here with Fogged, and we're ready for the first live series of the day. We're getting into some action now. Secret versus Virtus Pro. A very exciting matchup. A matchup.
Yes.
Tell your friends, tell your family, tell everyone to hop over to the DreamLeague stream for 2 top-tier teams, 2 of the strongest teams we have here at DreamLeague, ready to go head-to-head. The drafts are done. What are we thinking, Fogged? What are you liking? What are you not liking?
I think the drafts are, I mean, I like VPs a little bit more.
Okay.
Their kind of approach coming into it. I think Secrets is a little bit harder to kind of execute, while VPs is a little bit more straightforward. They have like clear ultimates for their team fight. They have like better ways to kind of pressure towers, while Secret kind of has to like come out, you know, they have to just come out better with the Morphling. But Morphling can suffer a lot in this game. But that being said, they don't have a crazy amount of lockdown for him either afterwards, after the laning phase. So he could go out of control with the Queen of Pain. But I do like the VP's approach to just be able to take and pressure towers a little bit earlier on. And it looks like Bane's going to be posting the mid lane as we kind of expected.
Yeah, it's a nice little friendly banter to start with. You know, teasing mid one about his
10K
his
god.
MMR close to well, what was he on a mode? Do we know? Is it like 9.3, 9.4?
He lost a bit.
He did
and
lose
then he
a bit,
went
did
back.
He went back down a bit. Oh, there's the sad Chombo. Passion knows. Ramses with his youthful positivity.
Yep.
Spamming out the charges.
Lil Dazzle.
Now, Lil Dazzle and Solo on the Bane this game.
Yeah. Like they have, the thing they have is they have Healing Ward,
Yep.
they have Dazzle, they have like all these kind of like sustain things for the push. And the only deep push coming out from Secret is like CM and Rubik and stuff, so they have to be in position to kind of do that one. I feel like if VP like kind of gets good start out of the lanes and just like kind of groups up in the death balls, Secret has to go for like this full split push thing, which they can do though. They have Queen of Pain, they have Morphling, they can go for that split push thing into the later stages of the game, and that's where they actually become quite powerful. But yeah, I definitely really like VP's approach in this one.
Yeah,
We'll see.
And as you said, though, for Secret, in terms of Waveful as well, it is a great game for the Rubik. There's a lot of great stuff that Yapso can get his hands on. I mean, already just looking at the Jug, I mean, any of those spells are fine. If you take the ult, great, but otherwise, Blade Fury and Healing Ward, they both help your team in ample ways. You know,
Yeah.
Incredible amount of damage control with telekinesis into a Blade Fury. It can be good. But as you said, it feels like, again, sort of like with the draft we saw from VP in that game 2 against Vega, they have an easier to execute draft.
Yeah, they have like a team fighting lineup kind of in a way, while Secret has more of like a split push pickoff lineup. And yeah, we do have words that Yapsor is just restarting, so don't worry about it. He'll be back. He'll be back very soon.
Good old Yapzor, and yeah, Yapzor Rubik, ladies and gentlemen, get ready for it. I can't remember last time we saw a bad game from Yapzor and Rubik, so it could get messy. But VP's certainly not an easy team to pull out those big plays against. And they have got a lot of ways to stop those plays happening. Having both Bane and Dazzle, these are two pretty defensive supports. I mean, well, both really. I mean, they can provide a lot of control in the lane as well. But it makes it very hard for, you know, the Queen of Pain and the Clock to start moving around the map, diving towers, unless they're jumping straight onto those two.
Yeah, that is very true. But lots of sustain. No, you know, the cool thing is, though, like, having the Clockwork. Like, Clockwork in 7.06, because now, you know, we were talking about last game. Last game was 7.05,
He's like
but
the
now...
second most picked hero, isn't he? Yeah.
We're back on the new patch. So now Clockwork, the offlane meets now closer to the tower. So if you actually cogged properly, you can pretty much have the wave almost at your tower. So you're able to get your level 2 very easily on Clock.
Yep.
And he's just been a hero that's been, super valued since the patch has been coming out. Dazzle as well, we were kind of saying that he's been kind of coming out into the meta more so, and then just lane dominators. So Queen of Pain definitely been showing more prowess.
Well, there we have it. YapzOr is reconnected back to the game. We should be able to get ourselves into the action very shortly when we get the go-ahead from himself. And there we have it. Ready we are. We can get ourselves in for VP versus Secret.
I'm excited for this game, actually.
It should
very
be really
excited.
There should be a lot of great play. I can't see this being a one-sided affair, unless one team just goes on absolute tilt. But
So
these guys shouldn't.
Spotted Solo right away. Walking up, they actually know he puts the ward down. The Rubik's coming in, and this is actually a dead Bane.
This is a very dead Bane. That is going to be a ward down, but they'll be aware of it. And Secret will take the first blood, and Kezu, gives him a bit of an applause there. Boost the morale of the team, mid one, claiming first blood with the Queen of Pain. He is absolutely loving life, especially seeing as he may be given a tough time
And
in
they
that
get
mid
the
lane.
ward, too.
Are they going to give it to mid one, or does Puppey take the gold? Or... Nah, okay, Puppey gets it.
They actually give it a Puppey. That's a bit surprising. I thought they were going to
mid
give
one
it a
looked
mid
back
one.
towards it. I think Puppey was like, no, you don't. Step away, boy.
I think giving him, like, if they give him that kind of, like, start, it can be
pretty nice.
It can be huge. Like, we talk about, like, lane 7.06 are massive. Queen of Pain versus Shadow Fiend, he can just kind of dominate him if he does get that early little advantage. But it is 2 heroes going to be starting mid, as we kind of expected.
Did you
Bane's
see
going
that?
to sit there.
Well, Puppey's win rate on CM in over 50 games, over 77%, I think it said, didn't it?
Very high up
That
there.
is ridiculous. I mean, I'm sure that a lot of people do have good win rates with CM because the hero is just great. But, yeah, Puppey at the top there. Over the history of Dota 2. The taunt's already coming out for no one. We saw him have a lot of fun with the taunts earlier when he was playing Invoker. He's going to try and do his best to have the same sort of fun this game with the Shadow Fiend. And we'll see how it ends up going up. As mid one will have to deal with both solo as well as no one in this middle lane. As already just the brain saps and the right clicks. It's not an easy lane for mid one.
No, it's not at all. It's not fun because you actually get, like, double stacked your creep wave up as well, and that makes it a lot harder for Queen of Pain now with the increased melee creep that is there.
Yep. So many creeps in the middle.
Top lane, Pasha getting some aggro put on him. He should be okay, but they're just putting pressure. Bottom, Kezu is doing great. Like we kind of expected, he pulled the creep wave all the way back to his tower, so he's getting full experience down there and even contesting farm versus the Juggernaut. 2 CS on him already.
I mean, is there any chance Kezu dies down here, or should he be fairly safe against these two?
If, like, Ramsey is able to get the spin and get inside the cogs.
That's when you're worrying, aren't you? Yeah.
Solo mid lane getting a bit low. He's got the sleep, though. Almost able to actually get it onto mid one there.
Sleep into a brain sap would be deadly for mid one.
Yeah, sleep, though, very high mana cost. 165.
For sure. Yeah. No. Actually, yeah, you're right. He doesn't have the mana for both of them. Mid one. What's he got coming? Has he got some regen coming out in the curry?
Should be the bottle already. Oh no, he's actually bringing out a full stick instead. All right.
Okay. I mean, against this sort of a dual lane, I guess it sort of makes sense if he's walking and spamming out the brain saps, and obviously eventually once no one's got the level, he is going to be raising the creep waves. So that's one way to get yourself back up. Did ferry himself out of south as well.
Yeah, I guess he wasn't just about having the bottle just yet.
Yeah.
So he needed a salve, so I just wanted to bring out some other like small sustain, which is a stick in theory versus a Bane and a Shadow Fiend with that spell spamming. Kezu actually getting, I think, multiple mana burns top lane though. Pasha getting some more pressure on him. They've got waveform.
Yeah, he's going to be in trouble. There's MP jumps forward, and that'll be a kill here for the safe lane and Secret. The 3 of them close in. And yeah, a lot of potency between the 3 of them here. Good amount of magical burst and control between the CM and the Rubik to get the job done. Mid lane, mid one. Hanging around with no one here.
This'll come in handy.
Let's see if who can outplay who. One raise will fly through. Mid one. Oh, he has to be careful. There's a surprise Bane. Oh no!
They messed up the raise.
The Nightmare Dodge ends up saving him from the raise.
Oh
but
no!
Mid one gets out because of that. Oh no! Or he said no one. I've not seen the true sight yet, but he gets a little angry, doesn't he? That must have. That can't make you happy if your Bane comes in and mistimes. Well, I don't know. Who do you blame there? Do you blame the Bane for nightmaring or
probably just miscommunication between the both of them?
Miscommunication, yeah.
I don't know. You can't. That just happens sometimes.
I mean, at the least, what mid one's having to go back to base. So again, with the lanes and with the shrine changes, it's not the end of the world if you don't actually kill them because there's still a lot of time that they're out of the lane.
Yeah, but, definitely still want to kill him.
yeah, you do want that golden HP. There's no kidding, no denying that.
But no one does get his boots delivered with his raindrop too. The raindrop helps a lot versus the Queen of Pain.
He's back in the lane now, mid one. Yeah, 15 CS on no one compared to the 8 on mid one. He's getting that edge. His creep wave coming under the tower. He shouldn't mind at all. As long as he gets the CS in.
Kazu bottom. There's sleep setup. This could be enough to kill him. They get this mango. They get this setup. Yeah, he's dead.
Yeah, and actually trying for the TP as well. So he's going to have to make the long walk into lane with that on cooldown. But yeah, maybe not quite expecting the movement from Solo to head down to the bottom lane.
Yeah. Nice quick rotation from him. He has the new wards finished up. He has a haste rune. Trying to bully Puppy a bit. Gets a ward down. It's spotted though, right away. By Secret, the new freshly placed ward by Puppy actually sees that one.
Okay.
So then with the counter Solo's ward quite soon.
Yep, sentry's out and away on the courier.
And as expected, we see, since the pull timing is now 1 minute, or since the stack timing is now 1 minute again, we see both teams stacking their hard camps in their safe lane, just getting that maximum value and experience from that safe lane, while Puppy just jungles as the Crystal Maiden.
Yeah, and this is fine really for Secret, isn't it? Because he's not really needed in a lane as such. I mean, we saw obviously his presence allow them to get a kill onto Pasha on the top lane earlier, but now that Pasha's starting to get the levels, it's a little harder for them to really just get a guaranteed kill with a 3-man play. Bottom lane, how's the CS looking? I mean, Kezu again, he's got very good control of this lane here. Ramses just have to be a little careful. He's got a blade through, but the right clicks may be enough to bring him down. They'll turn around with the poison touch, and okay, the imminent show up of Lil will be enough to force Kezu back. But still a lot of harassment down onto Ramses. He does have a salve at the ready. But Kezu playing this lane, 19 last hits, 13 denies. He's getting a lot out of it.
Yeah, I think a lot of the denies are his cogs. Or a good quantity of them. But now he's got his shrine up, so even though he does get harassed out of lane there, he's able, he shrines up and he comes right back.
Yeah.
It's his 5 minutes in now. He's doing fine, level 5. He's feeling good.
Oh, mid lane, mid one's going to be happy to see Solo appear again. Clue, he is not. He is already feeling the wrath of having two heroes constantly trying to bully him. Bottom lane, Kezu, he's going in deep. He's looking at Lil. I mean, Lil doesn't have a point in the grave, and I think he may have worked that out from looking at the damage from the poison touch as it last came through. And that will be a free kill for Kezu. He walks in and he walks back out. Easily done. Great, just great awareness that shallow grave was not going to be a possibility.
Yeah, that was very good aggressive play coming out from him.
Yeah, could have could have ended up pretty badly if there was turnaround potential under that tier 1.
Right away, we're seeing why the Clockwork is being so favored. Like just being able to be aggressive like that in the lane and getting such a good start.
He's actually going to come for this rotation. He knows that. I mean, maybe if he can look for no one in the jungle, but it looks like he was just checking for the bounty and seeing if the 6-minute one was still there. And it won't be the case.
Committing that deep without hook shot, like you're susceptible to the Bane rotations coming in, and Bane is a very tanky hero early on, so you can share the battery assault if you do find the Shadow Fiend anyway. So no one going back. He's just farming some jungle stacks while they give the Bane the lane to farm. Looks like Puppy though trying to make a move onto Bane mid lane, since they know that no one is jungling.
Still kind of hard to do with the brain sap and such. You know, Solo's got good ways of keeping himself alive. It has got the level 2.
Yeah, and the raindrop as well, so.
Yeah. I think they just wanted to try and make something happen as well, with mid-1 having that arcane rune, just seeing if they could get any extra value out of it.
Kezu gets Ramses in the cogs again. Ramses does have the mango, though, and the TP is cancelled by them.
Yeah, what was that? Was that Puppy thinking about coming in to help out if they could find a kill? Was that Puppy cancelling his TP?
Yeah, I think so, it was Puppy.
Yeah, realising, though, that there isn't going to be the chance to get anything done. And now Kezu with that level 6. We'll see what he does. I mean, you hit 6 on the clock. Is he going to still stay in lane for a bit and continue to try and bully them, or maybe see a rotation come?
I think he stays in lane for now.
Yeah.
He can just like wait for the opportunity to come to him. Maybe we'll see a TP. He can grab one from the side, everyone even coming on the courier, and he might just like make a response. So it is a TP coming out. So I think he'll just like TP respond or wait till he sees either an opportunity onto the Shadow Fiend or the Centaur. I mean, he can still go for solo kills on the supports, but I think grabbing a core is much more important with your first hook shot. And Rubik looks like YapzOr is going to make the move to him, so...
I mean, if they can get the angle on Lil,
that looks like
that
it's
could be a
kill.
very free hook shot. There we have it. Telekinesis into the hook shot. Lil trapped in the cogs.
That works.
Bursted down.
YapzOr with the quick rotation with his arcane boots. So they went to Kezu's lane instead of making Kezu go to a different lane. They want to keep the pressure onto the Juggernaut, which is smart.
Yeah, it is at the moment. And at the moment, though, Ramsey's he's dealing very well with the pressure. We've seen him ferry out a good amount of self-sustain, getting the salves and such, and net worth only a few hundred behind MP's Morphling. The backup from Lil certainly has been enough to keep him fairly strong with the healing ward, utilizing his ability to just go in and trade hits and have that regen. And in fact, Kezu could be in trouble here. He's going to take quite a bit of damage from the Blade Fury. Looks like it's not enough, and Ramses, he's got to be careful. In fact, he's not careful enough. Quick reaction from mid-1. The YapzOr sets up with the Telekinesis. Mid-1's in there with the TP and the Blink, and no holds barred there. Sonic Wave brings down the Juggernaut.
That looked like... it almost looked like he knew the rotation was coming or something, because
he
like,
was
the way
hesitant.
He was hesitant. He looked like he was kind of stutter stepping, so maybe that could have been some communication coming out and then being like one person telling him to go, and then him maybe deciding that he didn't want to go, or him wanting to go and then telling him not to. So good rotation though coming out from mid-1 though.
Yeah,
taking the opportunity.
Perfect one as well. You know, taking down the Jug, making sure that your carry's having the better time, and it certainly is the case at the moment with that play. MP is now reaching a 1k lead against Ramses.
Yep.
And that's pretty much shown there in the overall net worth. So
yeah,
MP's having a really easy lane here. And not a lot the Pasha was able to do with the fact that MP did have supports. Well, at least the Rubik YapzOr holding his hand for most of the laning stage.
Yeah, he's doing great. He's gonna have Shreds of the Perseverance, whatever he wants, whatever kind of build he wants to do. Maybe like a Midas or something. I don't know if we'll see that one, but the lovely thing is too, like mid-1 making that rotation. You know, usually you make that rotation, you're gonna have to go back to base because you're out of mana. But they have a CM on their team, so he's actually still perfectly fine on his mana pool.
Look at that.
90% win rate.
90%.
I mean, with it's VP, right?
I mean, yeah, they've been having a lot with, but still, that is very impressive to have that on one specific hero and over a serious amount of games as well. What, 31 games, 90%.
First Fiend's grip coming out.
Yeah, they've got the setup, and yeah, he had no way of escaping. He'll try for a hook shot from the grave, but nothing to rip him away from that sort of pain. And yeah, Solo. I mean, Solo actually. What level is Solo? Did he just hit 6?
Yeah, he just hit 6.
I think, yeah, so they may be not expecting the Bane to have the Fiend's grip.
He's very early 6. That's like because no one just went straight to the jungle and he's just been sitting mid sapping. He gets it so early on. But yeah, that was definitely... Kezu probably did not expect that. It's like pre-10 minutes and a Bane level 6.
Yeah, but nonetheless, very nice for VP, getting the SF, no one involved. Again, in the mid-1, I'll tell you what, he's having a bit of a field day with these arcane runes. Oh, and yeah, they're absolutely great when you're trying to lane, because he can just bully anyone out that he wants to. Yeah, spamming the Shadow Strike and the Screams.
And he's so high level already.
Look, just jumps in again. I mean, he's playing very ballsy. This is very aggressive play, and he's going to take a full Requiem to the face. I mean, calm down, mid-1. I know you want to have a bit of fun with the arcane runes, but when the Bane's off the map, the turnaround is there, and he just got ripped to pieces.
Yeah, perhaps if he was on Strength Treads, or if maybe he had like an extra null or something there, he would have been very close to be able to turn in Sonic Waving. It would have been close, but still, yeah, that's a very over-aggressive play there when you are a Queen of Pain. But he did have the Arcane Rune. He wanted to press the advantage of it, and he was already pretty over-leveled. Like, he was level 10, so he has that level 3 Blink, so it's not the highest cooldown anymore.
Sure.
But yeah.
He's got to hold up on plays like that. That's, yeah, I mean, no one is going to be very happy. And Solo, he's loving the last few minutes. He's like, well, the Clockwork's walked into me. A Queen of Pains blinked right into my range. The Bane has proven to be very strong for VP to counteract the plays that Secret are trying to go for. That's pretty much what we thought as well, was it? With the Bane Dazzle supports, two heroes that you can't go for those sort of plays if you're the Queen of Pain, because there will be chance to turn them around.
Yeah, Solo walking up. There's 3 heroes though for Secret.
Kezu holding on to the...
Oh, he jukes it out.
He misses it. It may not matter. No, I think it will, because VP now having the chance to turn around. The Grave comes out. Omni Slash from Ramses. They'll chop Kezu down. Mid-1 jumps in, looking for Solo. Sonic Wave does bring him very, very low. Solo actually being healed up, finally goes down. But they will keep Ramses alive for the time being. Pasha's come over with the TP, but Mid-1, look how deep he's diving. Oh, he's playing so aggressive. And again, I think he may get punished for it. Will the heal bomb comes in. So he may have got the double kill, but he gives away his life, and now no one raise will seal the deal onto YapzOr. And can he line it up? No, off the mark. YapzOr now turns with the telekinesis. Now Fade Bolt, YapzOr falling low, will finally go. And in fact, no one and Lil get another as Puppey's caught out as well. So it just really does feel like, you know, Secret, they're diving tier 1s, they're going for big plays, but VP are able to turn it around.
Yeah, they rotated everybody. Like, Pasha's rotation down there with the Stampede was crucial to have that lockdown for mid-1 behind the tower. But mid-1 again, though. Some crazy dives coming out from behind the tower, and he now is going to go double back for that Veil. So he hasn't actually been, you know, the 2 deaths that he did have there, he didn't purchase, like, the small pieces of it. So he actually has been losing a good amount of gold every single time
and
he died.
It was just what had a Shadow Blade. Was that picked up on no one? I believe because of these fights that... No, yeah, it is. He's got a completed Shadow Blade.
Yeah, full Shadow Blade and on his way to Dragonlance. He is huge.
13 minutes in, and that's kind of because of that, you know, they dove in and no one's then allowed to pick up a couple of kills off the back of that. But still, of course, whilst all this chaos is going on, all the space in the world for MP up top.
Yeah.
You know, this is maybe Secret's plan. They'll say, we'll go for these chaotic fights. Sure, we'll lose some people, but we're drawing the whole entire attention away from the Morphling.
Yeah. Oh, man. No one, though. Seeing both supports, easy kills here for him.
Very easy. They may even get another one as well. Lil gets the Poison Touch slow onto YapzOr. The Stampede's there as well, and they are enabling the Shadow Fiend beautifully. No one, 5-0-2. Yeah, SF. I mean, SF's looking great this patch, and when no one plays it, it's looking even better. One of his strongest heroes, and just with the camps every minute, as we saw, you know, the ability to, as you said, get the levels of the Bane in the middle lane, and also be able to just keep the farm up, you know, in a lane as well where he did have a good start. That, you know, I think the Bane pick really has been the crucial part of VP's lineup so far.
I completely agree with you.
It's been very, very nice. Now Kezu hooks in, but he just gets taken. I think they're going to get MP as well if he's not careful. Yeah, he has to wait for him away from that. The Fiend's Grip is there for Solo, but the rest of VP say, no, we don't want to dive that deep. We're not mid-1. Mid-1 now jumps forward, looks for Solo, but a quick Nightmare dodge allows him to get back. And I gotta say, I'm impressed by Solo's play so far.
Pasha's got Blink Dagger now too.
They will take him down finally with a freezing field, but there we go with the 3-man stomp and heal bomb. Secret falling low, mid-1 has to jump away. MP going full strength on this as he has to back up. And VP, looks like they will get the tier 1 at the end of this unless YapzOr can get a clutch tonight. He can't, no one gets the gold. It's gonna be your Dragon Lance complete 15 minutes in on top of the Shadow Blade. 8K net worth on the SF.
Yeah, he is absolutely massive. Pasha as well, getting that early Blink Dagger coming out. It's a 3-man Blink Stomp instantly with the double edge follow-up.
Yeah, him as well. I mean, we saw fantastic rotation down to the bottom tier 1 reaction with just a Stampede, and there we had in the middle lane, just coming in and making sure that that didn't go entirely to pop for VP, because it was looking for pretty good. You know, mid-1 gets himself back in a good position, and suddenly Secret are forcing VP to back up. And then suddenly, yeah, Centaur comes crashing into their skulls with a hoof stomp.
Yeah, they really did not expect that one. And again, they're going for another smoke play. Fiend's Grip is not online, but they do have Stampede. They have very nice wards coming out on the side of VP2. They even see the Morphling bottom. That looks like it's going to try to be their target. Without Fiend's Grip, though, are they going to be able to get the burst potential? 10 seconds. I think they're trying to wait for it.
Okay, 10 seconds.
But Secret as well. It looks like they kind of know something's up. But they do spot the rotations coming in from VP.
VP can just turn on one of these instead. Yeah, they can go to pick off YapzOr to start with. He has got the infused range drop. It's going to be burst through immediately. There's the jump in with the Omni Slash. No messing from VP. They want to eliminate one. They know that they've got no one ripping to pieces on the other side of the map. He just finds himself a CM with the Shadow Blade movement, and nothing Puppey can do to hold him back as a couple of raises fly through onto the head of the Maiden.
Yeah, they have the... It gives Lone a lot of liberty when they have these type of wards set down. You know, they have the ward bottom, they see MP down there, they have an aggressive ward in the enemy jungle as well, so they see the kind of rotations, they know where Kezu is, and then they always see mid-1, because mid-1 is playing so hyper-aggressive that they know exactly where he is. So they can play around that very well.
Mid-1, of course, going from the Veil straight into Lincolns. Talking about Lincolns, it is now done for MP.
All right, nice, nice.
And they do need MP to perform this game. You know, the Secret have caused this chaos that's... It is slightly favoring VP, especially favoring No One, who's been definitely getting the better end of all these trades. 8-0-2 on the Shadow Fiend. And they said, MP, we've given you the space.
They're going for him. They smoked up again.
Yeah, if they get him...
Yeah, they got him.
Oh, have they though? He's got Illusion out, hasn't he? Or did they get the Illusion killed? No, the Illusion's... Oh, no. Back into the rest of Secret. In fact, Kuzu there with the hook shot, the Sonic Wave onto 2. Secret coming big. MP gets out. The Secret maybe seeing if they can get some more out of this. They know that Virtus Pro are 2 down. Pasha, quick with the blink. Anything to cancel it, they don't have it. So he will get out of there.
The Lincoln's delivery actually, I believe, saved him, blocking one of the bursts. I saw it get procced up. I thought he was actually going to go down, but with the raindrop, with that, with the strength morph, it was actually enough for them to turn around, and with the secret rotation coming in, it looks like they almost knew that was coming. I cannot actually believe that he survived.
I mean, everything was thrown at him. And that's the exact kind of fight that the Secret need. They're going to be feeling a lot better now. There we go. It was what we got is 2 Secret win the series 2-0. Oh, well, there we go.
All right.
So if they win this 2-0, Secret are guaranteed a spot at our LAN finals over in the wonderful world of NA.
I still cannot believe he lived there. I'm like, I really thought they actually had enough to be able to burst him down, but Juggernaut being under farmed and the Shadow Fiend not getting there in time to be able to have that extra damage, they just didn't. Yeah, Secret just quick to respond and very, very nice rotation coming in. Wow, that was crazy.
Ramsey's just getting bullied out here by his own illusion that MP's created. He's earning him out. MP, of course, the Lincoln Z-Blade build.
Yep.
Doesn't need to play at 2 defense this game. No reason really to get a Manta before, as we've seen. I feel like a lot of Morphing games where it's been picked and then because of the draft on the other side, they felt the need to get the Manta first, but fully aggressive. And it makes sense. There's a lot of magic that, pretty much entirely magic damage that Secret are playing with.
Yeah, very good versus like the Omni Slash kind of thing too. Yeah. You already have Lincolns. They only have like one real big disable for you, which is the Hoof Stomp, because you'll be able to dodge. You should be able to like not really get like Fiend's Grip up unless they break it with something like another spell. So he has a lot of defensive capabilities already. Yaps already actually has a Blink Dagger too, so he is doing very well for himself, sitting at 5,000 net worth, above the enemy Centaur and above his own Clockwork. And yeah, Ramses is still suffering though.
He is, yeah. Ramses has got a bit of catching up to do. SF, you know, no one definitely the carry at this point of this game for VIP versus Pro.
Yeah, he's close to the BKB too.
Yeah, he is, isn't he? Yeah, so about 1,100 to go for that.
So like you were saying, the Secret is very magic-oriented early on. That will be a very good tool for them to be able to take those kind of team fights. No one really likes that taunt.
He loves any of the taunts. I don't think he'll play a hero that doesn't have a taunt available. But yeah, as you said, BKB, and then Secret will have that period where they'll have issues in the fights. I mean, they'll certainly be able to try and pick up the heroes around him, but the BKB on the SF will make him pretty much invincible against Secret's lineup at this stage of the game.
They seem to be having very good reads on the map, though. They're walking under ward vision here, but Solo just gets hooked up anyway. Yeah, and he's dead.
He's on his own, and he's gone. No messing here from Secret, as he'll be brought down on the way out. Yapsaw steals himself the brain sap, and ooh, they got the burst here. Houston in for the Requiem. It's going to be close, but ooh, not close enough. Just out.
Survives again.
I was low. I was very low there.
Strength shreds for the win.
Damn. That was close. Mid one is going to be loving that. He's been taken down a couple of times after being in the wrong place at the wrong time. A little bit more fortunate. How's he doing on the Lincoln Sphere, actually? He's got to be pretty close now. We've given him a bit of time. Okay, well, he's only got the ultimate orb.
He's almost there.
He's still got a bit of time to go.
Wow. Radiant's top tower Ghost Scepter finished up for MP, so like you said, that E-Blade's going to be coming online eventually. Not just yet, but Pasha going to be rushing the Force Staff, so not going to go for like a Hood type build, even though he's versus such magic or heavy. Since he's versus Clockwork, Force Staffs, we talked about it last game too. Just having massive amounts of Force Staffs versus Clockwork never hurts.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine no one after the BKB would just go back for finishing off the Hurricane Pike. Yeah. For the same reason.
Yeah. More than likely. They get the hook shot onto no one here.
Oh, he has got the BKB complete, but he needs to get it delivered out to him. And the question is, it might actually get there in time, I think. If they've got a Shallow Grave, I think they can keep no one alive enough with the Healing Ward as well. Yeah, no one's going to be fine. The BKB is about to turn up. There it is. The BKB now on him. Sonic Wave come through. Doesn't catch no one in there. He pots the BKB, looks to turn. The Fiend's Grips onto mid one. They will take down the Queen of Pain with the Blade Fury. No, he gets the blink out. Mid one escapes just in time, and Kezu just keeps on trucking. He's moving forward here with the Blade Mail. VP are backing up. They'll lose the Bane, and Secret keep everyone alive there.
Yep, so with the Stolen Fiend's Grip, throwing it on the Shadow Fiend, they didn't have the extra damage potential to bring down the Quap there. Beautiful play coming out from him.
I can't believe mid one survived yet again then.
they're living with like such low experience.
Yeah, that's gotta be pretty annoying for VP. This is and great news for Secret. They're loving it.
Yeah, very clutch steal.
Yeah, the fact that they are being able to make these plays that earlier on they were losing lives, but you know, now they're pulling them off, and they're not having any casualties at all on their side.
Are they going to go to grab Pasha?
Yeah,
Looks
they
like
jump in, no chance for a blink out with a quick blink scream from mid one. And I'm sure they'll certainly want to be looking to utilize that Fiend's Grip once again in 50 seconds. Try and get another play out from YapzOr. As they're in position to push on this tier 2 down, but already pretty low on the health. So this should be an easy tower push. And interesting, okay, so he's actually not going to finish off the Hurricane Pike, no, and he's looking to queue up straight for the Butterfly. I feel like a Hurricane Pike would just be such a value pickup this game, wouldn't it? Or do they really just need damage?
I think they need damage, and they need him to just be that big, heavy core, since Ramses is so shut down here.
Oh, he does waltz in straight into Central, but Kezu off the mark with a hook shot.
Yeah, it's
off
like
the mark.
Ramses is so shut down, and like for one of the rare times I actually am looking at VP, and Lil is I mean, he's okay in farm, but he's not like, you know, that usual YapzOr type level farm.
It doesn't feel like he's had a huge impact like we've seen him do on some of his other heroes though.
Yeah, I mean, he's playing a Dazzle. It's not like you can like go
for sure, yeah.
max poison touch or something, you know, like he's just, that's the nature of this type of hero.
Yeah.
Now it looks like they're gonna make their way into Roche Pit.
Now this is certainly a good call from VP because they know there's no hook shot. There's a little window to play with. They do take it down. I mean, they don't take it down very quickly, but they take it down pretty safely with the healing ward. But it looks like already, okay, they attempt for it, and as soon as it's hunted out, they know that they don't really have the speed to do it. They just have the safety to do it. With the weave and with the healing ward. Do they want to go back in? Ramses is still hovering around with the idea. MP's up top. 1k gold, and he'll have the E-Blade complete.
Putting pressure onto no one here.
No one's getting jumped upon. It does manage to get the BKB out before the Fiend's Grip, so no further follow-up damage can be kind of thrown in, even though they have to disable through it. So no one will survive, and again, with the taunts, so morale still high here for no one.
Yeah. MP and Midwin both have the Lincoln Sphere finished up too now.
Yeah,
so
this is an issue for Solo, who was getting a lot done earlier, but it's going to be a lot harder for this Bane to do much. Offensively, defensively still, though, there's definitely still potential.
Yeah.
And with some nicely timed nightmares, I mean, if you can save one of your cores from a Sonic wave, that can be the difference in a one fight and a lost fight. As Secret do need to ensure that they get all the damage out that they can with their magical lineup. But this has got to be worrying as well for VP. The fact that they're giving MP all this space. He's going to have the E-Blade at this rate with pretty much no interference at all coming from the side of Virtus Pros. We've not really seen Virtus Pro go over to Secret's half of the map. All the fights have been over on the Radiant side, it feels.
Yeah, it almost seems like they can't really at this point. Like, they want it to be coming out a bit more ahead, but Secret's just been making the right moves. They've just been, honestly, reading the map really, really well, getting deep aggressive wards coming out too. And Midwin's aggression is kind of paying off.
It's still very close to overall in net worth. Only a slight lead for Secret, and it's very much being no one and talking about the man. He's going to try for it with the Requiem, but he doesn't get it quite on top. MP's just a little slightly out to the top, so doesn't take the full amount of damage. Even if he did, I think he may have had the chance to adapt his strikeout. It was a bit of a hard attempt. And now Secret, actually, immediately off the back of that, are going to look to smoke up and see if they can punish Virtus Pro, who are slightly split up. They are smoked, but okay, with that quick jump and the Fiend's Grip, in fact, onto the clock, well, that's going to be Kezu out and down. They do lose Pasha for it. No one shoveling himself forward here with the BKB, looks towards YapzOr, being ticked down here by the minus side with the weave, but YapzOr gets himself out just in time. Looks now towards MP, who waveforms up to the high ground. Solo gets the brain sap off onto mid one. They'll freeze to hold back no one. CM, Puppey controlling the Shadow Fiend. At the moment, just a 1-for-1. Lil, well, with that YapzOr play, jumps forward, has the stolen Who Stomp, sets up for a second kill for Secret.
That's got to feel really bad there for them. They didn't have the Requiem for the fight, and he's not even able to clean up like a Rubik or CM in the backlines with the BKB usage, so now his BKB starting to tick down more and more, down to already 7 seconds.
I mean, he got so close as well. One more touch would have brought YapzOr out, but yeah, YapzOr, of course, being the player he is, able to get himself away. And he's still got the Who Stomp stolen, hasn't he? I believe. I mean, it's such a perfect instant cast Who Stomp with the blink. You're a better centaur. That's how it feels. And Pasha talking about the Centaur, is going to be building the Aghanim's, the build that we saw him go for before. Now, can they go for some sort of clutch steal? That is the question. Kezu actually fishing with a hookshot just to make sure that no one was thinking about it, and yeah, they're not going to get the chance to have a look in. It's already out and down. Aegis picked up by MP. And MP, does he have that E-Blade complete? He must have the gold for it.
He does have it already complete.
Does.
Yeah.
He's
and he's
got
on
it. Okay.
the bots
Now,
queued up already.
Yeah. Yeah, this game's certainly slowly turning into hard mode for Virtus.pro.
Yeah.
As Secret are getting everything together. They got past, like, I want to say the rocky patch, but it was sort of a rocky patch the Secret brought upon themselves with some overly aggressive plays. But they've certainly recovered from that. And now they have got the superior hold. And as you say, you know, Ramsey still needs to somehow catch back up as he is falling behind.
He's slowly doing it though, you know.
Is he slowly closing the gap?
Yeah, because he got like the defusal finished up. He's about to have the Manta style too, so he's getting a little bit closer, but mid one is, or MP is still just a little bit ahead of him.
Yeah, and it is as well what you sort of said with the split push potential of MP, how he can go out.
Kezu gets the hook shot top on Pasha. Pasha's got 4-staff, but
the battery assault's going to hold him back. And, ooh, that proc not quite in range. Pasha, can he get the blink off in time? He can. Does Kezu have a rocket flare? Or did he already use it? Okay, just came off a little too late. I don't know if it would have been enough damage anyway. But yeah, Pasha will manage to get himself out of that one. And VP now in a good position to take a tier 1 down on this bottom lane. TPs will come through though. Secret aren't going to be ones to give this one up easily. They want to try and hold on to their towers as much as they can. Jump forward from mid 1. Already, the Shadow Fiend is out of there.
They know the Centaur is not there.
They will find him, but no cancel on the front lines. So the TP's successful, and Lil's out as well. Yeah, they would have loved to find some sort of a catch there. It's not quite the possibility.
So same builds though, coming out on the supports. We see CM is going to be going for that Solar Crest, and of course it's Puppy, so he needs a buckler.
Oh,
Puppy,
you gotta have that buckler.
Gotta have that buckler.
Gets the buckler.
Always gets a buckler. Hey, it's a value item.
Yeah.
You know, getting that 5 armor, it's pretty important. He's a pretty low armor hero. Solo is quite poor, as per usual, and then, yeah, Lil going for the Solar Crest of his own.
But there we go, as you said, you know, Jug, Ramsey's catching back up, has that Manta style complete now on top of the defusal, so if they lock someone down, they can certainly rip them to pieces.
They just found Pasha with that rocket from Kezu.
Kezu has found the vision. He's dragged back in with the telekinesis and no escape for the Centaur. Last time he got himself away on minimal health, this time not so fortunate. Secret. The pick off.
Very nice map awareness. Now, Solo, you know, having a couple points in Enfeeble, he's able to break the Lincolns from a distance, so now it's it puts a little bit more fear into Secret. Like, MP, as soon as he gets Enfeebled, he had to just replicate out. Because once your Lincolns gets broken, you are susceptible to getting gripped up, and that's like their only really big hard lockdown other than the Centaur Stomp.
What do you think about mid-1's build as well? I mean, we see a bit of variety on the Queen of Pain, but the Veil, Lincolns, and... Okay, he did change it. I was going to say, because he had Octarine queued up, but yeah, having an extra source of silence just feels a little bit safe for this game. I mean, we could definitely see the Octarine come out
later.
They
used the Fiend's Grip on a replicate illusion, and he steals Fiend's Grip.
And yeah, Yapsu's going to have the chance to get a bit of one off if he survives this, and he is. They're already backing away, VP, as they know it's a bad start to the fight when you're gripping an illusion.
Yeah, I really like the Orchid, though, not only for the Bloodthorn later on, but I don't think that's really... I think, of course, it's decent for the Bloodthorn, but getting into the backlines and stopping the Dazzle Grave is the big part. You always want to be able to get into the backlines with that. Like, if you just... I mean, even MP can kind of... If they just get vision of the Dazzle, they can really mess up the saves coming out from VP. But now, it's Secret putting the pressure on. They still have Aegis. They're going for the high ground siege a little bit.
Even if it is just a Dazzle down, you know, just having the favorable numbers makes it very hard for VP to hang around. There'll be a jump forward from mid-1. In fact, the Fate Bolt comes through just in time for Yapso to claim themselves the kill. Pasha will try and jump forward, but there's no further follow-up there. The telekinesis into the freezing field from Puppy, and Pasha's down as well. VP just throwing bodies at trying to defend this middle lane. I mean, it's slowing down the push slightly, but it's costing them lives, and the tier 3 falling very, very low. Ramsey's heading forward, but immediately Yapso's there with the stolen Fiend's Grip. Kezu comes in on the backlines with the hook shot, gets 2 of them stuck in the cogs. The Sonic Wave brings Lil down. Ramsey's will be fortunate enough to get himself away, but again, Secret with these plays opening up the mid lane and allowing them to what looks to be the chance to bring down the middle racks. 32 minutes in, the melee racks are gone. Yapso blinks forward with the telekinesis, and he's got it, Yapso.
They might just
The
call
Fiend's
here.
Grip play, the Requiem play. That little Rubik
This guy again.
securing the middle range.
His
Oh.
Rubik always just.
He did have some great spells to steal this time
He
around,
did,
but
you said it.
Secret's movement around the map has been really the big thing. They've been playing a lot more like a team than VP has in this one.
Pasha will get the stun onto mid one. Wait form 4 from an MP, and they'll take that. They'll be able to burst down the Bane, and they'll just tap it out. It's all too much. Ramses with some Blade Fury upon Blade Fury action. As Yapzor, he's actually going to be able to keep himself safe here. Holds back the Jug, Jug's down. It's all over. And it just absolutely skyrocketed in pace. That middle lane push, and just as we saw, VP, if you make one mistake against Secret when they've got Yapzor on a Rubik, you're losing the game.
Yeah, when you're playing against these these hard-to-catch heroes too, the Morphing and the Aquap, it's pretty much like when Morphing got that Lincoln's delivered and they couldn't kill him bottom, that's where everything just started shoveling heavily into Secret's favor. They had very nice rotations, good reads on the map, and it just seemed like they were playing more as like a team, more in unison, and VP was more like going as like groups of 2, groups of 3, like no one going for like solo Requiem kills and stuff like that. So next game we'll probably see VP adjust to that one, just be like, hey guys, like, that when we pretty much played like it's just separate. We were playing like kind of like a pub kind of thing.
And I got to check. I mean, it's always interesting to see Yapzor's stats when he has a game like that, because he did end up with some very big players. What was his KDA? And indeed, 8-3,
12,000 damage.
Decent damage. No, not too flat, but and it was the disable really this game. Getting the Fiend's Grip. It was a good flashy play at the end with the Requiem, but most of the time it was just the Hoof Stomps, the Fiend's Grips, outplaying them. And Secret just, looking at a bit more together than VP.
Yeah, and one more win for Secret, or one more win for, how's VP doing?
I don't know, we only got the information for Secret.
Only Secret,
so Secret get one, I think VP would still be potentially, well, we don't know.
They have a lot of games, yeah. So Secret one more win though, and they actually will be confirmed for Atlanta, and they looked very good there. Their movement around the map was
absolutely A-okay. Well, there we have it. Ladies and gentlemen, don't go